welcome to the orientation and beginning of the 2019 training for the Home Helpers program. Before we go into any of our formalities, we're going to ask what's present here and we invite Ms. Dotsy Prince, one of the Home Help supervisors, to ask what's present. So maybe stand, please.
Good morning, everyone. Lord, this morning we come before you, dear God. Lord, because you are good. Lord, we thank you for traveling mercies, oh God, that you can bring us here. That this information that has been gathered today will be informative and understood. Oh God, I bring everyone before you, oh God. Lord, take us here and take us back home from several homes. Let everything go in decent order and in order. Heavenly Father, communication take its place, oh God. Heavenly Father, facilitate I bring before you, oh God. Father, everything that she has spoken to them, oh God, and understanding things in this place. Oh God, I come before you this morning, oh God. Father, lay your hands upon each and every one this morning as I ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you. You can be seated. Honorable Minister of National Mobilization, Social Development, the Family, Persons with Disabilities, Gender, Youth, Persons with Disabilities, Honorable Frederick Stevenson, former Minister of Education, Honorable Gillian Miguel, and like we like to call her mother of this program, SAS, our Senior Assistant Secretary, Ms. Christina Raggi, Assistant Secretary, Mr. Tony, Director of Family Services, Ms. Pear, Heads of Department within the Ministry of National Mobilization, Chief Agricultural Officer, Mr. Ashley Kane, our main facilitator for this program, Ms. Patricia Allen, staff of the Ministry of National Mobilization, in particular the Family Affairs Division, the media participants, pleasant good morning. We embark on yet another stride in targeting how do we address the concerns of persons within our community who have contributed significantly to the development of our country and by extension are now in need of care. Just to give you a backdrop about the program, the Home Help for the Elderly program targets mainly elderly for primary home-based care. Assistance is usually given to the elderly persons living alone and those who need support during the day when their families are not at home. They provide a range of services to the persons in their care. The services include giving the persons a bath, administering medication as prescribed, and providing meals and companionship among other things for the person during the day. The Home Help for the Elderly program should also be viewed as a frontline for health care, as trained home care providers are available to assist elderly persons with their daily activities while maintaining good health.
Yes, and civil servants from other ministries and those who would have been overseeing this program, because it started in the early 2000s and it's a long time now. To you, the persons who are going to be trained in the upcoming 4 weeks, pleasant good morning. I came here today with a sense of joy. I came here today to give you a word of encouragement. I came here today to let you know that it is a wonderful program. Way back in 2000, in the early 2000s, I was the minister, like Minister Stevenson is. And there were lots of changes to be made, much hard work to begin. But one of the things that we must always do towards as citizens of a country. It is how a government treats its children and how a government treats its elderly. And well, I need not tell you about what we would have done in education, but I need to tell you that I am one of those Vincentians who, since I was age 14, I used to visit elderly. I used to visit them because we had a vibrant prayer group. And also, I was affiliated with a group from Wisconsin that was called The Good News. It started with a couple that they got some money, and they just wanted to reach out and help. And so they wanted somebody in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who had that same mind, that when they go back to Canada, that person would be on the ground to work and prepare things for them. They came in every January and they built 4 houses for 4 homeless people. And so I targeted the elderly and those who did not have anything at all, nowhere to sleep, who rent was killing them and all of that. When I became the minister, the Prime Minister gave me this portfolio. I had to do lots and lots of work with the staff, but we had a unified staff. One of the things, that brings you success in this life is to have unity among us. You must be of the same mind. You must understand. You must understand what is happening in your ministry. And so I remember the day when we started, the Honorable Prime Minister was not in. So I was there to encourage the first group of participants. What did we do? We did an analysis. We wanted to know the ramifications surrounding the care of the elderly. And so what we did, we got a retired sister from Milton K2 Memorial Hospital. And she was Sister Anderson. Sister Anderson, very stern teacher, very good lady. And the people who were trained, they also were happy to have her as their trainer. That was in the health care, that which the nurses have in the hospital. This ain't no easy program, The care that the nurses are getting there, that is the kind of, the training that they had had, is the kind of training that you are going to have. Now, as they went out into the communities, I know that some of them, they met what they did not expect to meet, because every situation is going to be different. And I want to put this one to you. Every situation is going to be different. And you must open your eyes and remember this. I want to give you a case in point that something just happened the other day. A young man walked into my house and he said, "Miss Gurley, again, I come to see if you could help me." I said, "Tell me." He said, "Well, my mom, I used to teach the lady at school. And whenever she didn't have any money, she would come to the house, she would bring mango, she would bring any kind of food she pick up from the garden and said, 'Buy this from me.' So I would buy it from her so that she can get money. She is now totally blind. She's not 60 yet. She is totally blind. And he said, "You know the reason that I have come? It is because I can hold her hand and I can lead her to the door of the bathroom. I just have to leave her there, Carmela." And Miss Fair, I want to commend you. Because there are those of us out there, we know the truth, and we can help. And I remember picking up the phone and I called your director. I said, "Director, this is the case. Please send your caseworker so that they can verify that what I say is true." The young man came back one night. He said, "Miss Gurley again, I want to tell you thanks, because a home helper was sent to help my mom." She could get her bath. She could get something to eat when her son has to go to work at 7 o'clock. She can get her hair home. And if you are a home helper who knows Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, you would make sure that you take that person with you on the heavenly track. And when I speak to of this program being a wonderful program and being every word that I say. Now, I would have had complaints about some persons who were not good with their drinking. One of them, she tried to do something which was very bad, and she tried to walk behind the scenes in trying to get money from that person. That person didn't need the money. Did not need the money. The person had worth, but only that the person didn't have anybody to take care of him. And she came in with all the pans and so on, that so she buy milk with the money and said, oh, we don't do it like that. There is always a right way to do your work. And I am pointing now to your respect for your supervisors. There is a line of supervision. You've got minister. Minister is responsible to the Prime Minister to let him know what is happening on the ground. You have your director. You have the other members of staff with whom you can liaise. When something is wrong, there is always a solution. Make sure that you do the right thing. I want to beg you to not to be a gossiper. Do not tell other people what you are encountering. If something goes wrong, you have a supervisor. Your supervisor has a director. There will be persons in the home. Sometimes they will say confidential things to you. Please do not repeat. I have had complaints about this. I want to tell you that kindness wins. Some of the people whom you would go to attend to, they can help themselves financially. Some of them, they are very giving, and they would want to give you all sorts of things, but you have to know what to take. Don't get yourselves involved. I heard Ms. Bia mention something a while ago about you adjusting yourself. Because if I am to go into the school to teach, I must know I must get there by 8:45, and I must sign my book. And I will work until 12, I have an hour off. And after that I must report at 1, and I work again until 3. There is a line which must be followed. Don't lie down in your bed till 8 o'clock. And because you're a home helper, you will get up and go when you want. It is not good. Honesty is the best policy. Think about it. Some of us, we want to take a little money from that pay we get and we say, we put in something in church, we give it to the Lord. Whatever you give to the Lord, you must work hard for it. Work hard for it. Don't let it be an abomination. Just don't collect the money and then. Just recently, last week, I was visiting, because I still visit the elderly, I was visiting, and I went into a home where there is the husband who is totally blind, and the wife who is now losing her memory. If you have a conversation in the middle of it, she will tell you something else. And I knew for a fact that that person would have a task on her hand. But when I called to see what they were doing, the fellow said, since you left on Wednesday, I did not see the home helper until that was Thursday. He said, the home helper said, I have to go and collect more relief on Thursday. And on Friday, she came by in a van and said, the van is waiting for me, I cannot stop. I came to tell you that I cannot come. And since then, she did not show up. Although that home was just a phone call away. You are humans, and you might get sick. But if you get sick, there is a supervisor. There must be somebody. He is totally blind. He cannot bear the lady. He cannot bear her. He cannot do certain things for her. And we have to understand the situations in which we work. So for everyone, it is going to be different. I give you these little tips, my dear sisters, because I know sometimes things happen you would not have known about them before, and they will be strange to you, and sometimes you don't know how to deal with them. I was talking to one of my past students and she said, Miss, I have a joke to do. I said, tell me, she said, I am taking care of this old lady and there is a line in the bathroom where when they wash their underwear, they hang them. She said, the chap came and said that I left my Jackie shorts there and I can't find it. She said, well, I don't know, I didn't touch it. She said, when she went to meet Granny was wearing Granny was wearing the Jackie shorts. So she said, when he came, he said, you know, I found your Jackie shorts, you know, Granny had it on. He said, hey, Granny, I say this to say to you, be kind. Be kind. If Granny a joke, if Granny will take the joke, but get what you want done. You know what I mean? Kindness wins. When Granny says, God bless you, God may He bless you, give it good, do it good. So this is what I come to encourage you, sisters. I encourage you. Keep the program alive. It is one of the flagships of our government. And I want to beg you, please, 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 whatever you do it well. Make your ministry feel proud of you. As I tell you, I know some of you are young. And that some of this is just going to be newness for you. But please, do your best. May God continue to bless you.
Thank you very much, Miguel. Just to show her passion to that, she learned about the training at short notice and asked to begin. That's how much she's involved in this happening. So once again, thanks very much for being here with us and for sharing those kind thoughts with the participants. At this time, I want to invite the Senior Assistant Secretary within the Ministry, Ms. Ragye, who would do an introduction of the facilitator for this 4 weeks of training. Ms. Ragye.
Honorable Felix Stevenson, Minister of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, etc. Mrs. Gordon Miguel, former Deputy Prime Minister, Director of Family Service, Social Protection, other members of staff, Chief Agricultural Officer, Mr. King, other public servants, if we have, fellow participants, good morning. I am tasked this morning to present to you, to introduce to you, your facilitator, Ms. Patricia Allen. Ms. Allen has over 20 years of experience as a nurse. She was a registered nurse and then she retired as a family nurse practitioner. Ms. Allen is very knowledgeable in the field and area of health services. She is very enthusiastic about her task and is willing to impart some of her knowledge with you. She has served as General Secretary for the General Nursing Council of St. Vincent and the Grenadines from 2013 to 2018. She served as a part-time lecturer at the School of Nursing in physical assessment from 2005 to 2017. Ms. Allen volunteered on 2 occasions at the hospital, Princess Mary Hospital in Dominica, during the post-hurricane periods with Hurricane Erika in 2015 and Maria in 2017. She has been involved in a lot of community-based activities where she would have organized free screening of blood pressure and glaucoma reading and educational sessions for community members on lifestyle changes in her health district. She also conducted home visits and follow-ups of patients within her community and within the district with which she has worked. Ms. Allen is very capable and competent to work with you, to train you, and I hope that you're going to listen to her and you're going to apply the level of training that she's going to impart. I now present to you Miss Patricia Allen, your assistant.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister, Mr. Frederick Stevenson, Minister of Natural Mobilization, Mrs. Gerda Brigade, former Deputy Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ms. Claudette Pear, Director of the Division of Family Affairs, ladies and gentlemen, the media, good morning. I'm here this morning to present you the overview of the training for the participants. This course aims to train you as participants to become competent home helpers in the services you're going to offer when caring for and giving support to the elderly and disabled population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As trained home helpers with the knowledge, skills and experience gained, you will be better able to deliver personalized, excellent and compassionate care to the elderly and the disabled population and assist them to age well with dignity for the rest of their life. The course is divided into two parts, a theoretical and a practical, and will be conducted for a period of 4 weeks. For the practical aspect of the course, after each teaching session, a demonstration will be done by the tutor, and then 2 volunteer participants will be asked to do a return demonstration of what they have learned. It is important to note that in this training, each participant should be thorough, gentle, courteous, and sensitive to the patient needs during an examination and in all proceedings. She should skillfully examine each part of the patient's body by using all of her senses, that is by listening, looking, touching, and smell, and at the same time note any pain or uneasiness of the patient. She should be able to calm, explain, or reassure the patient, and can simply ask, "Are you okay?" During the course, participants will be taught on a wide array of topics such as age dynamics, the aging process as it relates to the physiological and psychological changes of the elderly, building skills to provide home care, basic structure and function of the body and its systems, basic head-to-toe assessment, taking and interpreting vital signs, nutritional needs of the elderly, hygienic needs of the elderly, and also common health problems, just to list a few. In addition, you will be on attachments and assigned to various elderly care institutions, agencies, to demonstrate your ability to apply yourself to transform theory to practice while caring for the elderly. At the end of the training, you will leave with a wealth of knowledge that will equip you for the employment field. I trust that the time spent during the training will be a great success and will be beneficial to all. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Allen, our facilitator for the 4 weeks of the program. At this time, I invite the Honorable Minister, Minister Frederick Stevenson, to do a feature address to us here this morning, after which we'll have the vote of thanks by Ms. Llewellyn. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Sister Geraldine Miguel, the former Deputy Prime Minister at St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Minister of Education. I recognize Ashley Keane, the Chief Agriculture Officer, Ms. Raggy and the staff, the Ministry of National Mobilization, Ms. Allen, your facilitator, supervisors for the Home Helpers Program, you the participants who are here this morning for this very important training, members of the media, a very pleasant good morning. It is said, and Sister Geraldine mentioned some of it, because we sing from the same hymn book. The hallmark of a good or some government is the way it treats or takes care of the children, the persons with disabilities, and the elderly among this nation. And so it was in 2001, as part of the 100 days program when the Unity Labour Party government got into office, that they come, yes, come. The plans were put in place as part of the 100-day program that we have to look and see how best we can deal with the elderly population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And so the studies were done, interviews were made, we went around and we looked at all the elderly in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we developed this wonderful program called the Home Help for the Elderly program, and it officially started in 2002. At the helm of that program then, Sister Geraldine Miguel, who was then the Minister for National Mobilization. The program continued, beat over the years. And as part of this hallmark of good governance, of good sound government, let me just list some of the things that we do in relation to for the young people. First of all, we have a uniform assistance program, which assists the needy children in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with back to school uniform, as they take care of the children. One. We also have the book loan scheme, which is done through the Ministry of Education. That is also taking care of the children. In relation to the persons with disabilities, we have the Life to Live program, where the government, through the Ministry of Housing, we provide bathroom, toilet facilities, ramps, rails, so that the persons with disabilities have easy access. You know, some people are very poor and they need the help. Some of them without side toilet facilities and so on. We built new modern toilet facilities for the needy and more importantly the persons with disabilities. Again, back to children, we have the transport subsidies and meal allowance programs to ensure that the children of St. Vincent and the Grenadines can go to school, can have a meal. We also work with the Ministry of Economic Planning with the Zero Hunger Trust Fund to provide assistance with preschools and several schools and several children. The ministry will also work with Mr. Dwight Taylor of Thirsty Water, and they too provide breakfast allowance for the needy children in several communities. In relation to our young people, we have the Yes and the Said program. And in relation now to who we are here to talk more about, the elderly, we have the public assistance program. Persons under 65 years receive $225, and the persons over 65 receive $250. I was going to say something with that $225,000 came out because just a few days ago, the Must Be Charitable Trust is providing a skills training workshop for 93 young persons, and the sum of that, the total sum of that workshop that they give it is $225,000. So I'm not confused, I know what I'm saying. We're taking care of the elderly, we're taking care of our young people, we're taking care of the persons with disabilities, we're taking care of our children, and we're taking care of our youth. This morning you are here for this, as I said, this very important training. Sister Gillick mentioned quite a number of the things that I wanted to say. I just would speak just about a couple of them. All of us, one day, will get old. That's a fact. And in some families, in some communities, we have children who are not so good to their older, to the parents who are old, or even to older family members. So the state, as a hallmark of a good government, has to put the necessary measures in place, the policy in place to take care of the elderly among the nation. And that is why the home health program is such an important program. We know families who took their relatives after the deeds is signed over and the house and the land is given, and they take them to the Lewis for the pool, and they land them there because it is the responsibility of government to take care of their old people. We have some uncaring people. We have some very uncaring people. But the state is also, we're doing some work at present on relocating the Lewis Footed home, renovating it. And the former nurses hostel here, we're doing some work there. And before the year ends, we're going to move those persons we have at Lewis Footed, take it there. And then we're going to bring down the whole Lewis Footed home and build a modern facility for the care of the elderly. That is the hallmark of a sound government. You're here I believe not of your own choosing. But as Sister Geraldine said, maybe some of you are called. You have within you the skills and the talents that are needed to assist the elderly in your community. And you have to take this training very seriously because it is important. As a minister, I get complaints from time to time of persons who are home helpers. People come to the office and they complain. They come on the radio and they complain, and I listen to NBC radio on the morning. I listen to Danny Collins on WFM. I listen to Star Radio. Simultaneously, because I want to hear what people are saying. So when things affect the ministry, I call either the permanent secretary or Ms. Pear or whoever directly, and I tell them, well, I've just been listening to 705 and I heard somebody calling and complain about a home help. I've had complaints that home helpers don't turn up to work. But then the first ones, when they go to the church and the money is not there, they go on the radio and they call in. I know that some home helpers borrow the public assistance from the persons they take care of. I see people shaking their head. I know it's a fact. One of them went as far as borrowing $1,200, $1,200 to $1,500 from one of the clients. You see, you can't keep this thing as a secret. We have to be honest. And honesty is one of the traits that you will be trained today and for the next 4 weeks after that. You have to go to work. And we have some relatives, and I go back to that. There was one lady who came and complained to me and asked me if she's supposed to wash up dishes after the weekend. She don't work on the weekend, but every Monday morning, all dishes that the person is using in the house and all the dirty clothes, dirty linens for the elderly that she's taking care of is left for her to do. I said to her, those are not your responsibility. You have family who live with them over the weekend, they should wash up. They should clean them up. She even took a photograph of me where the elderly lady was wallowing in mess the entire weekend. When she got there Monday morning, to stand the stage of the house. But those persons are the persons who walk around nicey. You can't even talk to them, but they don't take care of their own family. They leave them for the people to do when the week starts. You have a very good nurse practitioner here this morning who is going to be your facilitator, and the other facilitators. I want to encourage you to take the training very seriously. If as you go through you feel this is not for you, say, I give up, I can't deal with this is my thing, so I give up and look for something else to do. But don't come here for the 4 weeks, and if and when you're selected to be a home helper, that you throw the training, you got out of the window, out of the door, and you do some of the same bad things that I just spoke about, where we have some of the present home helpers who are doing. I'm not saying all the home helpers are bad, We have some excellent ones, and we have to salute them for the tremendous work that they do. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not an easy job. Taking care of an elderly person who you don't really know. So you have to understand that what you're getting into is very serious business. Last year we had the training where persons were trained to give injection to help with the diabetes and so on. You have to know that you could choke somebody with a needle and you know. I listened to NBC Radio 705 this morning and you're calling it today's Motivational Monday. Yeah? Today's Motivational Monday, so you're here being motivated for the task ahead. And let me say to you, the permanent secretary, not me, she can hire all 35 of you. Because not all 35 of you will have a need for at the same time. But at the end of this training, you're going to receive a certificate. And that certificate would be able to help you to find the work in the private sector. Because I know that they call from time to time and ask her if you could give them the name of a home helper. They can pay. The state don't have to pay, but they can afford to pay a home helper. So they call the ministry from time to time, and we give them possible names, and they do their own selection. And you can leave St. Vincent and the Grenadines with a skills certificate. Because all of this is a part of what the OECS integration is all about. You can leave St. Vincent and the Grenadines with a skills certificate and go to St. Lucia, to Dominica, to Antigua, to Grenada. And you can find jobs there, you wouldn't have no problem. Because you have a skills certificate to show that you are competent home helper. You're trained and you're certified. Again, I want to say to you to take the training seriously. Many other persons might have wanted to apply for the training and didn't get through. But you're the fortunate ones. So don't mess up. Don't mess up. This morning is a good morning. God has awakened us to see this beautiful day. Let us give Him the praise and the glory. And as you go through this 4 weeks, be honest with yourselves. You know the training starts at 9. You can't come in at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. As the old people say, walls in late. And if you want to leave early, you have to set your priorities. You say to yourselves, I'm here for 4 weeks. Put a lot of things after the 4 weeks is up. And you have weekends. You have after you finish at 3 o'clock. To do all that you can do. But be honest with yourselves, be honest with your time. Enjoy the workshop. And may God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
acknowledge yes, we'll call on the boss lady. Mr. Lady in Gray, this is Larissa Gibbs Macmillan, the PS National Mobilization. So ladies, whenever you need anything, that's the lady you have. Okay? Let me also thank the media for being here this morning, for covering today's proceedings. We have ITSD here, we also have API, and we also have 705. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I don't know if any ladies are there. I must thank our moderator, Mr. Philpott Jeffers, communication and national officer, and he does a good job. Let me also thank Ms. Doxy Prince, one of our supervisors, and Ms. Prince, if you can stand up, Ms. Prince is supervisor. We also have Ms. Joe Thomas for Central, basically, for the home care providers. Our Director of Family Affairs, Ms. Claudette Kerr, just remind you that she spoke about persons 65 and growing older while living at home. Hence, we have the home care providers, so you will not have to be there at the lowest connect and other homes. And I must also remind you that while taking care of the elderly, about their privacy and their right to do or not to do. I must also thank the mother of our program, Mrs. Geraldine Miguel, former Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and she did speak to reference as to how the government treats its elderly and its children is a clear reflection of good governance. Is different, and the importance of spiritual guidance. Okay. I must also thank Ms. Ragge, Mrs. Rosina Ragge, is SAS Senior Assistant Secretary for the National Mobilization, and also thank Mrs. Pat Allen, Miss Pat Allen, who is going to be our facilitator for this program, and she spoke about giving excellent. All can remember, excellent and compassionate care to the elderly. And while you're doing your care and giving your care, you must always be skillful in providing care by listening, touching, or simply asking, are you okay? Please, never forget that. One word, that's all it is. And I must also thank our Minister, Honorable Frederick Stevenson, Minister of National Mobilization, but he did mention to you about different assistance that we offer at the division or at the ministry level. Minister, thank you so much. And I must also see in our midst we have Mr. Ashley King, the Chief Agriculture Officer. I would also like to thank our staff for being here with us and for everything. And I must give special thank you to Ms. Lauren Curry. To conclude, let me advise the participants to take this training seriously. It is not a joke. And I take my leave. Thank you very much.
Being here with us, and also senior staff members within the ministry as of department for sharing this moment with you. Again, we encourage you, take the training that you're going to undergo very seriously, give it your best shot, make the best use of it, and at the end that you will be successful in your endeavors. Thank you very much and have a good day.